Hello everybody, Groundback here, and today I have a weird video for you. The best Terra type for every Mega Pokemon. Do Mega Pokemon need Terra types? No. Can you use Megas with Terra types, even Pokemon Showdown? I'm pretty sure you can't. Should I make this video? Probably not. But you know what? It's fun. Just a fun little experiment idea, you know what I'm saying? Like we're just, just to tell you what the idea is. We're just gonna see. Like, hypothetically, if they were to terrestrialize, what would the best type be for all of them? And that's harmless, right? I don't think there's any problem, trying to figure that out. I don't see Primal, Groudon, and Kyogre here. That's a shame. But, spoiler alert, they would just be their stab types, water and ground. So let's just get into it. Mega Abomasnow. I was gonna... Okay, this is weird. Like, is this Gen 6 or Gen 9? I guess Gen 9 because Terra type. I was originally going to say, like, it should be water. But then I'm like, wait a second, that might be kind of bad. Because, like, like, hail, gonna hit you. But then I'm like, oh, wait, no, snow. Snow doesn't hurt you, so you're fine. But then I remember that it's a grass type. So now that I think about it, fire is probably the best one to use for it. Especially since both grass and ice types can handle, like, water, ground, and rock pretty easily. So yeah, that's probably the best one to use. And with a Royal Veil, it becomes pretty tanky, actually. Funny enough. Now, what the heck does Mega Absol do? It has Magic Bounce, it has... What the heck? What the hell are those defenses? It's a Mega Pokemon with 6... What? That is garbage! Holy guacamole! It has, like, coverage to do whatever it wants, but it doesn't matter. That is terrible. Like, absolutely awful. I haven't seen anything that bad before. I don't even... Okay, so it's probably Play Rough, or not Play Rough, Psychic, or Fairy. Especially since it has, like, all angelic vibe right now. But I always knew it was the worst Mega in terms of design, but oh my gosh, those stats are awful. Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl. He hits pretty hard. Not sure if you knew. And are you really? Yeah, pretty good stats, if I do say so myself. Not exactly sure what you want to give it exactly. Seems like, would you just want to go full in and just make it like Terra Rock? Or do you get this thing like some coverage? I can see both working out, if I'm being honest with you. There's also Iron Head. Oh, wait a second. So, get rid of its... You get rid of its rock, its ice, its electric weaknesses. It doesn't really have too many ways to get it over ground, but I guess that isn't the biggest deal. Oh, there's also rock. Oh, no. With rock, you're still weak to ice. Yeah, I don't see why not. Just make it steel. Why not? Like, for the most part, I'm going to try my best to give these guys non-stab. For most of them, it's just going to be like it's objectively the best thing for them to use, unfortunately. But, yeah. Let's just go with that. Mega Aggron has the benefit of being an Aggron, but that doesn't have a rock type. So it already wants to be the type it wants to be. So you just want to make it a better defensive type. Or, nothing better than steel, but like, you want to get rid of its steel weaknesses. So you just make it fairy if you were to, like, Terra it. Mega Alakazam is either you make it Terra Psychic because it's a Mega Alakazam, or you just make it Terra Fairy. I'm just gonna make it Terra Fairy solely because we're already gonna get a lot of Terra Ghost. Yeah, no one will see that coming. Solely because, like, I would rather that than give it stab. Because even though it looks like a pretty fine now, trust me, most of these are probably going to end up just being their stab. And it's going to be boring. Altaria is probably a good example. This thing has Pixelate. You want to give it Fairy. There's not even point going into it. Now, Ampharos is an electric dragon, so neither of the types really help each other that much defensively, I'm pretty sure. Like, you get some nice resistances. So I guess you're maybe weak to... You probably want to make it water, I'm assuming. Get rid of your ice weakness. Get rid of your dragon and fairy weaknesses. You're getting rid of your ground weakness, and also with water you can take care of ground. And you could take care of any what's water weak to again? Grass and electric. I guess you don't necessarily take care of those, but your stats is not that bad either, especially with like Dragon Stab. Mega Audino. Does Mega Audino like become a fairy psychic or not fairy psychic, fairy normal? Or just pure fairy? You know, it's boring. Not even like stab, but you probably just want to make it pure fairy just so it gets like an actual like fighting resistance. Unfortunate. Mega Bayonet. Not stab, but just as predictable. It's a dark type. Or you want to make it dark type because that's Prankster. Mega Beedrill. You have adaptability. And U-turn is probably the most spammable move in the game. So, like, that seems pretty straightforward. Then Mega Blastoise. You became a monster at, like, a National Dex because of Shell Smash. So, I guess I could make you water with, like, powerful, like, Water Pulse. But then Aura Spear, Dark Pulse, and Dragon Pulse all seem pretty good. You're already pretty good defensive type. But how good are your stats actually? Oh my gosh, those are really high defenses. Yeah, you could probably just survive anything. So you know what, you probably want to stay neutral anyway, so yeah, probably just TERA Water. Mega Blaziken. Big want to sneeze. It's a good thing I'm allergic to like getting teary-eyed. Sorry, I just have a big disrespect for speed boost Pokemon. I hate them. You probably want to be either fire or fighting. Personally, well, we don't have anything for fighting yet, so I'll just probably do that. Because like you have Sword Stance, you just set up, you kill everything with like close combat. Probably like Overheat too. Or like Flare Blitz. It's not fair. Mega Camerupt is just trying his best to survive. I actually think you want to make him TERA Grass. Because that way he goes from just not because sure, TERA Water, he has like less weaknesses. He can easily take on like Electric and Grass. Oh wait, he needs to take on Electric and Grass. I was gonna say make him Grass just so he can full on resist Grass and Water. But yeah, Water is so much better. We have the Mega Charizards. Okay, here we go. Charizard X is, I think he's pretty straightforward. You want to make him TERA Dragon. Because his fire typing, while good for like hitting Flare Blitz really hard, and also getting rid of dragon weaknesses such as Fairy, and also getting rid of Ice, in many ways it does hold him back. And I'm mainly talking about Stealth Rock. If you can just get rid of that and also give him stronger Dragon Claws, that would be amazing. Now I know what you're all thinking. Oh, it's Mega Charizard Y. He has Drought. You want to nuke everything in the sun. No, actually. Mega Charizard Y has one really bad matchup, and that is against Heatran. And luckily with National Dex, he does get a nice tool, which is Scorching Sand. But the issue is that Scorching Sand is 7 the base power, so it doesn't always like KO. Not only that, but it being a flying type, it's 4 times weak to Stealth Rock, and it's weak to both Electric and Rock. So that's why I think for Mega Charizard Y, you want to make a TERA Ground. It already gets a lot of damage from the sun anyways, so you might as well just make Charizard Y have a better defensive type. Mega DNC, I'm just gonna assume, unlike with the regular DNC, this time you want to make it Fairy, just hits really hard with Moonblast. Which, by the way, if you want to know where the original Nancy went, yesterday I did the best Terra Type Perfect Kalos Pokemon. You should totally watch that. And while you're at that, you should subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, boost the algorithm. At the time of recording this, I'm on 98 subscribers, getting really close to 100. And once I get 100, I'm going to do a Q&A. So, you should definitely be there for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mega Gallade. What do you have? I'm curious. I guess I know. I wonder if Mega Gallade would get sharpness. Oh, that's actually a really good question. If it did, that'd be freaking huge. But I don't know if it would or not. Oh, that's really tough. I'm just gonna assume that... Okay, let's assume that it doesn't. But that would be really cool. I think TERA Psychic. Yes, you have Fighting, which is also pretty nice. But I just feel like Psycho Blade... I don't know, something about fitting a Psycho Blade instead just seems more fitting. The Mega Garchomp has Sand Force, or whatever it's called. So I think he's another case for being ground type, because you just want to hit really hard with, like, you know, ground attacks. And not to mention getting rid of Dragon would kind of suck, but also not being 4 times weak to ice might make Mega Garchomp have, like, its own niche, rather than, like, you know, just being inferior to regular Garchomp. Which is a shame, because I really like Mega Garchomp. I think it looks really cool. Pixelate. This might shock you, but this tier is going to be dominated by Fairy types. Who would have guessed a generation where they introduced a new type, they were going to have a lot of the Pokemon, like, work with those types. Like, hey, look at these. Like, the half of these aren't even, like, are already Fairy types, or gain the Fairy types this generation. And then stuff like Mega Alakazam was also using Fairy types anyways. Like Dazzling Gleam. Gengar is also really easy. Just make him pure Ghost. Get rid of your poison typing because it holds you back so much. And you're pure Ice because you have Refrigerate. Now, Gyarados, I think, is a little more interesting. Because both Dark and Water already hit pretty hard. And I'm pretty sure Water Dark is a good defensive typing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. I could be wrong though, but I'm not sure. But what types would be good defensively? There's Fairy, but I want to try not to make things Fairy. I think at this point, like, making things Stab is actually not as bad as making it Fairy. I guess Dragon could get rid of some like its water weaknesses. You know, I'll go with that. That sounds fun. And I think it probably runs out Rage. So yeah, let's just go with that. Also, make a Heracross. Bug and Fighting. 4 times weak to Flying. But it has Skill Link. And it has like Pin Missile, which is pretty good. And doesn't need to really take advantage of Fighting. But it has Rock Blast. And so they resist your Flying and they have Stab on Rock Blast. I feel like Rock would actually be really funny. I don't know if it's the best thing, but it's funny. You have Solar Power. That ability sucks when you're being a Mega, but you might as well take full advantage of it and becoming... Now, hypothetically, a Mega Houndoom did have, like, good Terrestrialize. I'm actually not sure if it works to you or not. Probably, because, you know, it has to use a Mega Stone. Well, actually, you can use anything. But it wouldn't be, like, pathetic. It would be respectable. There's not even a point talking about you. Obviously, you'd be tier normal. Mega Kangaskhan. These are the Laddie twins, but I don't know which one is which. I'm being honest here. I actually don't know which one of them is which, and that's funny as hell. I'm assuming you're Latios and you're Latios and you're Latios. I'm just gonna put both of them at TERA Dragon just to make things safe. I don't want to mess things up. I'm sorry. Look, if you are a Pokemon fan, you need to tell me in the comments which one is which, so I will know. And maybe then, I might discuss if they would have, like, better typings or not. Or, you know what, just go back to, the original best Terra type every Hoenn Pokemon. I went over those two there. And, but you can know what they are there. Like, these are just the Latios but more, so they're probably the same one anyways. But I'm not going to spoil what it is, because you should go watch it. And you should, it's actually pretty fitting, those two there. But, yeah, really easy. Obviously, it's just gonna be Terra fighting. It's probably the best fighting type they ever made, and has Scrappy. So like, high jump kick is just free as hell. Speaking of free as hell, making this thing steal and just bullet punching everything to oblivion sounds like it's a free KO right there. This is starting to get, yeah, okay, now, no, I think I'll survive this and just fairy. Look how many there are in fairy. Jesus Christ. I think managers you want to make ice, actually. Just to, like, take care of, like, ground types. That sounds pretty good. I guess it was grass, but I think ice makes more sense. Now, I could make this thing Terra Fairy and Steel, but I actually feel like you want to make it dark just so it gets, like, stronger, dark, or sucker punches. And not to mention, like, so you don't have to worry about, like, any pranks your Pokemon with, like, let's say, like, a Will-O-Wisp or a Thunder Wave. Mega Medicham, you just quick stab moves you're fighting. These two look so fitting together. Mega Metagross. Do you make it Pierce? Okay, defensively would probably benefit. Oh, yeah, no, there's no point in it. Unfortunate. As for the Mega Mewtwo's, interesting. Or, no, it's not. I'm just assuming you probably want to make fighting and then fairy. I don't really see any reason to do anything else. These next are going to be the same one too, but for different, or no, basically same reason. Hurricane, Aerial 8, and then goddamn. You give Mega Rayquaza, just make it pure flying, because of Delta Stream, it no longer has any weaknesses. Before, it only had to worry about, I guess, Dragon weaknesses. We just get rid of that. The only problem that having Mega Rayquaza is Stealth Walk, and even then, that does not matter. You have Mega Rayquaza, it has items, it can terrestrialize, it hits super hard with, like, Dragon's Descent, and along with that, because of Delta Stream, it has no weaknesses. It takes literally everything in the game neutral at best. That would, I'm pretty sure, would actually make Mega Rayquaza better than Miraidon and Zacian as the strongest Pokemon of all time again. But I'm not completely sure. But that sounds terrifying. Magic Bounce, so, probably want to make it, actually no, Steel, because it's only weak to Fairy, yeah. You have Aerial 8. Also, not gonna lie, I saw it and I first thought it was Roaring Moon. Silly me. I'm a silly Billy. I feel like make a Sceptile. You either want to make a Terra Grass to hit harder, or Terra Dragon to hit harder with Dragon Pulse. And having a strong Leaf Storm is probably better. You are obviously Terra Steel. There's no going about it. Make a Sharpedo. Hit harder with Crunch or Waterfall. You have Strong Dodge, so probably Crunch. And then you probably want to reach your Psychic weakness, so you probably just want Terra Water. And while it's here, might as well just make, like, it has Swift Swimps, like, obviously. Mega Steelix. Let's look at your stats real quick. Where were you? Oh my gosh. Most of this I already know, but it's Explosion. That's funny. You know, Psychic Fang is interesting, but probably not worth it. Probably want to make it this Terra Steel. Now, make it T-Tur can pretty much be anything you want it to be, because this is better Tyranitar. You can make it ground, or not ground, or you could make it ground, just so it doesn't get hurt by Sandstorm, and also isn't 4 times weak to fighting. Give it rock, so it still, you know, gets a special defense boost. Or you can give it like Fairy, a good defensive type, and also helps it better offensively. I'm gonna go with ground, because the way I see it, he already, like, you don't really need the special defense boost, especially since T-Tar is, like, already break tankier than regular, T-Tar. Not having to worry about, like, you know, chip damage is nice, since you have a Mega Stone you can't, like, heal with, like, leftovers or whatever. So, like, this Tyranitar keep doing Tyranitar thing, so I think that's pretty good. And last but not least, we have Mega Venusaur. Thick fat, so you have less take much damage from ice and fire moves. Do I make it pure grass? Because it likes being defensive, but I would prefer to give it some, prefer to have it be able to make use of its, like, ability. So, like, if I can think of another type that can, like, take advantage of that. Struggling to think of anything. Yeah, probably just Terra Grass. So, there we go. The best Terra type for every Mega Pokemon. Let's see, overall, how many of these are just stat moves or just fairy? It's a little better than I thought, I guess. But still, like, essentially what I expected. Maybe a little bit more fairy than I thought, but I already expected it to dominate anyways. But, yeah, the best Terra type for Mega Pokemon. I don't know what I'm gonna do for tomorrow. Maybe try something new, but we'll see. But I'll see you guys next time.